Congratulations on the win. The team really came out very spirited in the second half. What was the message going to the second half?
Well, the message was that we needed to defend better. We were just letting them dictate the tempo, our ball pressure. Everything starts with ball pressure. And just we were switching 1 through 4. Certain lines we were switching 1 through 5, and I thought we just made the catch harder and had more energy on the ball. And it was where they were catching it the first half compared to the second half, and just a tremendous job defensively by our team. And we also, we're able to convert. When we can get stops, we're able to start a transition game. And I thought we owned the paint, whether it was points in the paint, off transition, and just good choices there.
All right, Mason.
Coach Brittany Davis, a new career high, 33 points, 23 points in the second half. Just how proud of you for Davis to have a strong performance and also continue to lead this team throughout the season on and off the court?
Yeah, it was great to see her have a big day when we needed it the most. She stepped up. I thought our team did a really good job of getting her the ball. We were trying to get her isolated. We thought it was a mismatch. They went zone a couple times, and then Hannah hits a 3. They just couldn't guard her. And, I thought she did a much better job in the third and the fourth of coming out and looking to, you're most open when you first catch it. So her decision-making in the third and the fourth was more aggressive. And, if you've got the shot, take the shot. If you've got the drive, take the drive. She was able to get to the free throw line, finish some plays, hit some big finishes. So, we're just trying to do everything we could too late. I think I called timeout. There was 6:50 or so to go just to try to rest her and the rest of them. But, on a day where we were struggling to score at some other positions, I thought she just stepped up, and we knew we had some mismatches. They were having trouble guarding her. You could tell from their communication.
All right, Will.
Coach, can you talk about your team's effectiveness late in the game of hitting their free throws and hitting those shots to kind of stay out in front in those last few minutes, and how important that was in a road environment?
Yeah, it was a great environment, play for K today, and it's always a difficult place to play, especially on a Sunday. They do a tremendous job of supporting women's basketball here. They're so well coached and they execute. So the margin for error, it's going to be so difficult down the stretch. So you just have to counter with scores. Aaliyah makes a big play. We just had so many people make big plays. The second half, we found more assists. But I thought our kids just were all over the place on both sides of the ball, just trying to make plays and hustle plays. And they make very few mistakes with their execution. So it's going to be so important that we're able to find ways to score and get to the free throw line. I think we're 18 for 18 from the free throw line. If that's not toughness on the road, that just says everything about our team right there, stepping up and having the confidence in this environment to knock those down.
All right, Joe.
Yeah, Coach, just talk a little bit about, you mentioned earlier, just Hannah Barber's performance, especially in that second half. She had 10 points, hit a couple of big threes down the stretch there. Just talk about what she did tonight.
Well, we've been wanting her to look to shoot. And, she's passed up some shots, and often, not meaning this in a negative way, sometimes we'll take a worse shot. And, we just have so much confidence in her ability to shoot the 3 or the 2 or to take what it gives her. And, those were big baskets at critical moments tonight. And they were drawing so much energy to Britt, and she just stepped up. And our team did a really good job, though, of getting her the ball and finding her. And she was able to capitalize and make some plays.
All right, Richard.
Coach, four consecutive wins on the road in SEC play. What is your team doing to gel so nicely when they get ready to play on the road?
Well, I just think that, it all starts with, everybody around the program and the focus and the togetherness. I think it's a routine and a focus that this group has been really special. It starts with, I have a terrific staff, from our operations to our strength, to our trainer, to our coaches, and just everyone has a presence about them that's really special on the road. And, sometimes you're able to go on the road and focus a little bit more. But I think the biggest thing, and that's a great question, you've got me thinking now, Richard, but, we've got some 5th-year players that understand what they've done on the road that's been successful and what they haven't. And I just think too, our players deserve a lot of credit for their focus and the energy on the road that they bring.
Mason.
Coach, obviously Haley Franks had a pretty solid game, but what was the change from the first half to the second half that really allowed you guys to kind of lock her down just a little bit more than the first?
Oh, she is so good. She hit some big time contested shots. she just has a great touch, and she's fun to watch on film. It's not fun to watch in person. But what we were trying to do, in the third and the fourth was, make the catch harder and have a lot more energy on the ball when she does. And we're just fortunate to, have a few more possessions that we were able to score. It came down to who was going to be makers and who was going to be missers, but she just doesn't miss much. So, you saw two really, really special kids that are fifth-year players in this league going at it. It was really cool to watch her and Brittany today.
All right, and we'll end with Nicholas.
Coach, congrats on the win. Early in the game, your team kind of struggled from three, but there was no hesitation in firing them up. What are you telling your team as those, you continue to shoot threes in the timeouts?
Yeah, just, shoot the first open shot. We have a lot of confidence. We spend so much time in game-like situations with breaking down with our shooting drills, and then our players come in and on their own when we don't even ask them to come in and get shots up. And then we have our 3 30-minute shooting windows a week. And we just have a lot of confidence in our team from three. And, a three counts more than two. So if you're open, we want you to shoot it. You'd love to play in this system because you're telling anytime you're open, just catch and shoot. So I thought we did a good job today. Of making sure the pass was on target. We didn't have to reach. We hit them in the pocket. You have a very small window here in this league, and thought our passing, and it's something we've really emphasized and been working on too, was more on target for good looking threes.
All right, we'll do one more from Richard.
I'm sorry, but last one, Coach. Your team is looking really sharp, well connected, and that they're having fun. Is what we see in the potential that they have, or is there another level that this team can reach as the season moves forward? Well,
I think this is the time of year when you want to be playing your best basketball. We don't feel like we're there yet, but we feel like we're mighty close. And our kids, they just work every day. And I think the best is yet to come. I just told them in the locker room, it gets harder. It gets harder. It's about to get harder in Lexington on Thursday night, but it's the harder it gets, the harder we go. And that's just been the mentality of this team. Today was a huge win, road wins. And when you look at the NCAA tournament, you look at our position, the opportunity to have a first, to be one of four that has a double bye in the SEC tourney. These kids understand that they have a chance to do something special down the stretch, and one at a time, though, one at a time.